Hello, Aries, Sun, Moon, and Rising, and welcome to December. We start off the month with the new moon that will affect Aries, Sun, Moon, or Rising most from 5 to 14 degrees and happens overlapping November 30th and then the 1st of December. So it's kind of like the in-between there of the ending of November, beginning of December. Happens at 9 degrees Sagittarius, which is pretty significant since the 9th degree represents Sagittarius as well as the 9th house. And this is actually happening, funny enough, in your 9th house of higher mind, positive thinking, good karma, good luck, publishing, broadcasting, gurus, teachers, legal contracts, religion, the courts, doctors, lawyers. The 9th house also covers air travel, long-distance travel, foreign language, foreigners, churches, religion, spirituality, grandchildren, and your in-laws. And these are just some of the ideas of what the 9th house can cover that is kicking off for you now, new beginnings in these areas now and over the next 6 months. And this house also still has Mercury here all month going direct on the 15th and joining the sun. The sun is here as well. So there's a lot of activity happening in this 9th house. And Mars is your ruler and is in your 5th house all month, going retrograde by December 6th, and we'll head back to Cancer from January until like April 18th. With this new moon, the 9th house focus means trining over to Mars in the 5th could look like you initiating changes and new beginnings around long-distance travel for business and pleasure, since this 5th house is a fun luck house, children and romantic house as well, but also involves speculative gains, taking chances on your creativity, can be a creative business as well, especially since Mercury is here too over in the 9th, and could be contracts for creative work or education because the 9th house can rule legal contracts. And this could be for yourself or for your children, business opportunities, things that you would be initiating, Aries. You could be planning a long trip, one that you'll take over the next 6 months with your children or a significant love interest. You could meet love through travel. You could also be enrolled in a course where you are starting to actively learn something now and over the next 6 months related to a foreign language, to business, contracts, religion, spirituality. Whatever is going on has your mind in a happier place for sure, as those planets had shifted out of your 8th house last month. And there's so much activity in the house of the higher mind, expansive thought. Sag placements trine you, and so does Mars and Leo, creating kind of like a fire trine between that 5th luck house, your 9th house. Both of these houses are lucky houses, and then your 1st house of self. Both the 5th and 9th are very fortunate, so I really love this for you, Aries. Your mind could be in a happier place. You could be seeing the forest for the trees, a bird's eye view of a previously difficult situation, as Jupiter, who rules the 9th house of higher mind, expansive thinking, has been sitting in your 3rd house of day-to-day thoughts, local community, and ideas. It's also the knowledge that you take in from the 3rd house and then transmit out into the world via, that 9th house world stage. A learned person or a wise person or guru could be taking you out of the day-to-day monkey mind or downward spiral, which can sometimes happen when we get caught up in that day-to-day thoughts and thinking of our day-to-day life in that 3rd house, and be pulling you up to see things in a brighter, lighter way, changing your whole perception of a situation if there has been a difficult situation for you. This could also be your children who are traveling for education if you have any and they're older. Maybe they're enrolling in college courses, traveling for school, and there will be a completion of sorts happening by the full moon in Sagittarius by June 11th. Maybe they'll be coming back home around that time, or if it's you, if you've been traveling. You can also see fruition around a creative project that can be publishable or broadcasted out to the world stage somehow by June 11th as well. This 9th house is also the house of grandchildren, so maybe there's some happy news for them related to sports or sports scholarships or education, or you're the one who's able to finance a dream for them. They could be winning scholarships. Oh yeah, I just mentioned that. And this could help with their education tuition if they are winning scholarships through sports and whatnot. There definitely could be some kind of communication, app, speaking, TED Talks, podcasting type of deal going on as well that can become an idea and be brought out to the public by next June. because Jupiter rules that ninth house, but is sitting over in your third house of communication, local travel, business. The third house also covers like writing, speaking, your thoughts, ideas, social media, to name a few. With Jupiter and Gemini here, you probably have had many ideas about these types of things. I call it seed planting when Jupiter goes into certain houses. But with Gemini, you can get like a little bit scattered. So pay attention and write down whatever comes up around this time of the new moon. One of these ideas is definitely going to be prosperous for you, with Jupiter here in the third and ruling the ninth house of good luck. And the ninth is being activated at this time as well. And Mars is over in the fifth, trining this aspect, meaning you will be the one to be the initiator of these ideas. But what you begin now has this good luck signature, even with Mars being in retrograde. That could mean that there may be a little bit more work involved, or you might get a little bit frustrated with your ruler going retrograde. But the end result could be ultimately very good for you, very lucky, and that would start to show results around April. Last but not least, Saturn is in the 12th house of Pisces, squaring this new moon, which the 12th house covers like debts that you owe. So maybe you want to take action or plan for getting a business off the ground. Maybe you're learning a course or writing a book, but the cost is too high and this dampens your mood a bit. Maybe you want to travel long distance, and there may be some block there, as Saturn can rule blockages and is sitting in a house of foreign shores, but is also squaring another long distance travel house, the 9th house, which could indicate whatever plans you have, you need to tweak them or find alternate solutions. Like maybe you have to work a bit harder and pay down some debt in order to have that 9th house travel opportunity or educational opportunity, Maybe you want to do several new things, but Saturn limits what can be financed. So you may have to become very selective about which dream to pursue. For example, like a child's tuition over an overseas trip, for example. There can still be ways to accomplish the new goals or dreams coming up. They just need energy around those solutions. For example, maybe you wanted to travel for a business opportunity, but find that you can do it via Zoom business meetings, or you can find an online course of study as opposed to going to Trinity College in Dublin. I know that was very specific, but I just had Trinity College on the mind. Not as exciting, I know, to be taking that online course as opposed to being, in-person experience, but it keeps the dream alive and doesn't mean forever blocked. It just means not at the moment. On a simpler note, it can be a block to how much money you can take out for a new vehicle, because the third house also represents vehicles, but Saturn would say, hey, you're not going to take out a $100,000 loan. Let's do $25,000 or $30,000 so you're not in serious debt. So a little realism is a good thing with Saturn making a square, as Jupiter wants to expand but can get you into trouble with too much expansion. So I feel like Saturn isn't here to punish you. Truly, Saturn is here to help us learn lessons and to keep us out of trouble. On the 6th, let's see. Sorry, I had to pause it for a second. Let's see, where am I? On December 6th, Mars will officially start retrograding in Leo at 6 degrees, again affecting you most from 1 to 11 degrees. And we have that Pluto-Aquarius opposition in place that I talked about for November's forecast. That opposition will be on and off until April, but again, I feel for Aries and a couple other signs, this can actually be beneficial somehow and won't be as hard as it will be for the other signs, as Leo and Aquarius placements sextile and trine you, and again are felt most from 1 to 7 degrees Aries. You can go back and listen to that time-stamped November astrology for the opposition. I'll link it down below. What I like for you is the Pluto-Venus conjunction, which is a whole new energy now that Pluto will stay in Aquarius for the next 20 years. This conjunction last happened in 1778 and can be felt from December 7th all the way through the 13th, and this is happening in your 11th house of large networks, hopes, dreams, wishes coming true. It can be a powerful, passionate, intense beginning around a love you meet through large groups, friends, humanitarian causes, or the internet somehow. This can be a huge transformative money gain, either from work you've done in that 10th house of career or from creative projects, with Mars, your ruler, spending so much time in a creative 5th house and also in the 4th house. Maybe a creative project that you've been working on from home that can get you fame and recognition as well. The 11th house is a fame house. You can win the lottery, absolutely, with this aspect, and that's pretty huge. It's a Venus Pluto signature, which is not small money in any way. This affects Aries from 0 to 7 degrees, but don't worry if you don't see results right away, because Pluto will be here for the next 20 years, and Venus will come back to Aquarius, giving all Aries a chance to experience this transformative money, luck, love, possibly celebrity status opportunity that may occur over the next several years. And I'll let you know when that's happening. Neptune in Pisces also goes direct on the 7th to reinvigorate progress in your 12th house, areas where Saturn also is, of rest, seclusion, spirituality, inspirational, artistic projects, bed pleasures, hidden enemies, debts, foreign shore money, distant lands, subconscious patterning, and undoing behaviors all fall here, as well as ashrams, pilgrimages, and healing as well. Did I mention past lives? I think I may. Okay, Neptune is finishing a long-term cycle here around those themes before heading into your sign in April, which will herald a change in how you're seen. It will be a time in which spirituality may become very prominent for you, taking all of your 12th house experience and maybe sharing it. You could become a spiritual warrior, like a warrior for underprivileged people or children. You could become, on a lighter note, an actor or celebrity. Neptune rules film, TV, Instagram, TikTok, etc., and we'll be going into your first house. More on that to come. On the 15th, the full moon in Gemini at 23 degrees affects you most from 18 to 28 degrees. Aries, sun, moon are rising, and sextiles you in a positive way. And Mercury also goes direct on this day in Sagittarius. The full moon can show completions in your third house, and here's the list. Write it down. These are the third house areas that this full moon completion could be happening in. Communication projects, writing, neighbors, neighborhoods, issues with your neighborhood, siblings, cousins, aunts, uncles. If they have been having issues, they could be seeing a culmination of this or fruition. Childhood friends, vehicles. One vehicle could die, so that way you may have to go out and buy another one. Contracts also fall here. It's a Mercury house. Moving into new neighborhoods, young children, younger people fall here, marketing, small business, and elementary education, as well as your day-to-day thoughts, day-to-day travel. It's anywhere you communicate in and from, like community coffee houses and community centers, bookshops, etc. The sun in Sagittarius is opposing the third from the 9th house, shining a light on information that may be revealed at this time at this full moon around a neighbor, friend, sibling, etc., any of the above. The sun can be illuminating from the house of higher perspective. Maybe you work for a foreign company and find out one person leaves for a new coworker to come in. Maybe you find something out about your local neighborhood or community and you decide that maybe you want to move. Maybe even moving somewhere that you need a plane to travel to, or another country even. And you could start researching your options now. It could also be a business opportunity abroad, with so much Sagittarius activity happening earlier in the month and Mercury ruling contracts up there. It could be you realize you need a skill set that you don't have, and this sets you on an education, skill building journey. You can also let go of a group of friends and find another different group that is beneficial to you or for you, and even possibly a love connection, because Jupiter is in a loose conjunction with this moon, and Venus is in Aquarius, trining over to Jupiter from the 11th house of large groups of friends, networks, and causes. On the 30th, the new moon in Capricorn at 9 degrees, and happens in the 10th house of career, fame, government institutions, joining the sun, who just moved into that 10th house. And there could be new beginnings unfolding now and over the next 6 months around authority figures, father figures, foreign shore money accounts and lands and deep creative projects, or even travel to these places. And I say this because Saturn rules the 10th house, Capricorn, but is sitting over there and now direct in the 12th house of foreign shores, land, and money, and where we may have a foreign business. You could start or develop a new career around a foreign company, start working for a foreign company that you may need to move for, but you can often find yourself locally as well, working for a place that has foreign roots, like you work from home for Google, which has headquarters in Ireland, I think. A solar figure or someone in an authority role can help you in a big way with moving up a ladder or increasing or changing your title in a positive way. With the sun lighting up this house, it could be recognition for you as well. What I really like is the ruler of this moon is Saturn, and Saturn is making a nice sextile of support to both the sun and the new moon from the 12th. Saturn is lending support and structure and longevity to whatever it is that you're motivated to start new in that 10th house of career. It could even be like a film project, music, a charitable organization, a government job overseas like a diplomat. Government is ruled by the 10th house Capricorn. Overseas and foreign shores are 12th house. You could be bringing 12th house nebulous things to form with Saturn sitting there, like interpretations of the Akashic records or divine knowledge, and turning it into a career or something that you can become known for. I think that's all for now, Aries. Take care and Happy New Year. I think this is a great way to end the year with this beautiful solid new moon in Capricorn. And I will list the dates of everything else that's happening in this month down below. We'll chat in January when the nodes will be shifting out of your sign and into the Pisces Virgo axis.